What is up, Kit Kats? I'm Kat and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about a Netflix show that I watched last month and I very much enjoyed it. I am like several years late on checking this out, but you know what? That's okay. I'm going to be talking about Dragon's Race to the Edge. It was actually my friend George who told me that I needed to watch this. I have loved the How to Train Your Dragon movies for years now, but I have never, until now I guess you could say, checked out like the TV series or the shorts. I'm not finished with Riders and Defenders of Berk just yet. I'm kind of slowly making my way through those, but I heard Race to the Edge was really good, so I decided to sit down and watch it. And now I'm going to talk about it. I loved Race to the Edge. It is so good and it is so fun. For those of you who do not know, Race to the Edge takes place between the series Defenders of Berk and the second movie. So it's like an in-between. I think the character ages, they're like 18, 19. And it's basically like the riders of Berk, they go to an island they call Dragon's Edge and they all train together and they come into conflict with dragon hunters, but they also go to new islands and discover new dragons, and it's just a really fun show. The villain in the show, Viggo, is excellent. I love Viggo. Viggo is just like, he's really smart, and interactions between him and Hiccup were so cool because like both of them are just like very smart. So they were like both like trying to like get ahead of each other, and it was just like so. Viggo is voiced by Alfred Molina, and whenever I was watching, I was like, dude, that voice sounds so familiar, and then I looked it up and I was like, ah, it's Dr. Octavius, of course. He's so good. Such a great villain. And then you also have like David Tennant as Spitelout, who is Snotlout's dad. I believe he voiced him in the second and I think just the second movie. Though Spitelout doesn't really talk a whole lot in the films. Like, he's there, but he doesn't really say a whole lot. But in the series, you get a lot more moments with him. Obviously, Jay Baruchel, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, came back, which that is Hiccup's voice. He has to have that voice. And obviously America Ferrera is Astrid. The plot line is really fun, but I think the thing that I enjoyed most about Race to the Edge is just the characters and their interactions together. I really enjoyed being able to see like the writers as like this group of friends, kind of like this little like writer family, and seeing them interact together outside of like, we're defeating a bad guy, which like in the movies, I think like most of their interactions is kind of like that. You don't really get to see them just kind of goofing off together. I mean, the movies like mainly focus on Hiccup, like it is his story, so that is totally cool, but it's really awesome seeing these funny side characters getting their own little plot lines. And love Tough Nut and Chicken. I also really love how Hiccup and Fishlegs' relationship kind of gets fleshed out, and they are like besties. And Riders and Defenders of Berk, they're besties too. Obviously, like this is a continuation of those first two TV series. I just didn't watch them first. I will say that it took me a few episodes to kind of get used to the animation, I guess, because obviously it is a drop in quality to the movies, which that's the same thing to be said about Riders and Defenders. Overall, I would say the animation is pretty good. Obviously, like it's lower quality than the movies, but that's kind of to be expected. I think the only thing I will say, and this isn't necessarily anything against it, I don't think that Race to the Edge really works as canon, and the reason for this is because this is supposed to take place before the second movie. In the second movie, Astrid and Hiccup are like completely and totally surprised by like the whole dragon hunters, and they kind of act like they've never seen a dragon hunter before, and they're like surprised by other dragon riders. Whereas in Race to the Edge, that's like mainly what they're dealing with. But that's okay. I think it's okay that you can kind of have like spin-off series that take place in the universe with the same characters, but maybe don't completely go with the canon. They're kind of like their own canon. Like, I would say that Riders, Defenders, and Race to the Edge is kind of like its own canon. And maybe some of the shorts would go along with that as well. But I think that if you are a fan of the How to Train Your Dragon series and you just want to see more of these characters and having fun adventures, I think that Race to the Edge is just such a fun series. And I honestly wish that they had done a series that took place between the second and the third movie instead of doing the weird dragons and the 9 realms thing, because it looks awful. I've watched other people's videos on it, and there are some things about that show that just like put me off, and I'm just like, what are they doing? This is not a video about 9 realms. This is a video about Race to the Edge. So yeah, overall opinions, Race to the Edge is great. I really enjoyed it. I do plan on watching it again as soon as I finish Riders and Defenders of Berk. I think it'll definitely be a series that I go back to multiple times. And I just want to say that my all-time favorite moment of the series is when Hiccup punches Snotlout. So great, because like there's so many moments like during the movies where you wish Hiccup would punch Snotlout. Really fun series. I had fun with it, and yeah, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed this rambly mess. If you liked this video, please give it a like, and if you are not subscribed but you would like to be, you can hit that subscribe button, and of course make sure to ring the bell so you are notified every single time I make a video. And until next time, I will catch you later. Bye meow!